Hej alla! Välkomna till en ny vecka of Learn Swedish with Katrin. Alright guys, we've been studying and studying, so let's do something a bit different today. Instead of learning Swedish from a textbook or a dialogue that sounds a little too stiff, we're going to learn Swedish from social media. From real posts, real people, real emotions, and very real everyday language. I've picked a few completely random posts from Facebook and Instagram. Some are happy, some are serious, some are just very Swedish. We'll take them one by one. First, I'll share some very common words from the post. Then we'll talk about what's actually going on. And finally, I'll pick a few expressions that are worth remembering. To read along in the transcript of today's episode, see the posts I'm talking about, study the vocabulary, and do the exercises, you have to join us on Patreon. It only costs you $10 per month and you can cancel anytime. Go to patreon.com/Slow Swedish or click the link in the show notes to sign up. Let's start. Post 1. Facebook Radiator Problem. Frågar åt en vän. Hehe. Har ett element som är skållhett oavsett om jag vrider termostaten till 0 eller 5. Nu har jag tagit loss termostaten med tanken att jag på något manuellt vis skulle kunna vrida av elementet till 0. Men vad är det jag ska vrida på för att stänga av elementet? Och åt vilket håll? The translation sounds like this. Asking for a friend. Hehe. I have a radiator that is boiling hot no matter if I turn the thermostat to 0 or 5. Now I've removed the thermostat, thinking that I could somehow manually turn the radiator off completely. But what exactly am I supposed to turn to switch the radiator off? And in which direction? Common words from the post. Ett element. A radiator. Ett element. Varm. Hot. Varm. Att stänga av. To turn off. Att stänga av. Att vrida. To turn. Att vrida. Hjälp. Help. Hjälp. This post is from a Swedish Facebook group about renovation and interior design. Someone has a problem with a radiator that is extremely hot. It doesn't matter how they turn the thermostat, the radiator is still hot. The person is confused and asking for help. One very common expression here is frågar åt en vän. It means asking for a friend. Swedes use this when they feel a bit stupid or embarrassed, the same way you would in English. It doesn't actually mean that you're asking for a friend, you just don't want to admit that you yourself have that problem. An important word in this sentence is åt. Åt is used when you do something on behalf of someone else so they don't have to do it. Frågar åt en vän. Another interesting word is skållhett. Skållhett. It means very, very hot. as hot as it gets. Much stronger than just varmt. And the question, åt vilket håll, is quite useful. It means in what direction, and can be used when asking for help with your radiator or when you're trying to find your way somewhere. Åt vilket håll ska jag gå? In what direction should I go? I hope this person got hjälp with their skållheta element. Let's move on. Post 2. Instagram, excitement and gratitude. Alltså hörni, tack för alla grattis, hejarop och all pepp. Allt känns ju helt klart lite enklare när man har en liten hejarklack. Allt blev helt plötsligt så verkligt även för mig. Så nu ska jag försöka landa i vad jag vill skapa, fixa logotyp och webbshop och såklart få ordning på min alldeles egna verkstad. Så pirrig på prick allt. Nu kör vi. The translation sounds like this. Honestly, guys, thank you for all the congratulations, cheers, and encouragement. Everything suddenly feels a bit easier when you have a little cheerleading squad. Everything also suddenly became so real for me. So now I'm going to try to land in what I actually want to create, fix a logo and a web shop, and of course, get my very own workshop in order. So excited about literally everything. Let's go! Common words from the post. Tack. Thank you. Tack. Glad. Happy. Glad. Känna. To feel. Känna. Nu. Now. Nu. Skapa. To create. Skapa. This is an Instagram post from someone who has received a lot of support. People have congratulated her and encouraged her. We don't know what for though. She starts with Alltså hörni. It's like saying, you guys, or honestly everyone. Hörni, or hörni, is a fun way to address a group of people. I'm pretty sure it comes from hör ni or hör du, which means listen you, plural, or listen you, singular. This has become hörni and hörru, which basically means listen up guys. Alltså is a filler word that means like or I mean. We usually say it as alltså, and sometimes it's written that way on social media. This is a very informal word. She also uses hejarop och pepp. This means cheers and encouragement. Pepp is a very useful word to know. You can give each other pep, encouragement, or you can peppa each other, encourage each other. If you are feeling excited and encouraged, you feel peppad to do something. Tack för all pepp. Thank you for all the encouragement. Mina vänner peppar mig. My friends encourage me. Jag är så peppad på att lära mig svenska. I'm so excited to learn Swedish. Another expression she uses was prick allt. It means everything, exactly everything. En prick means a dot, but it can also be used as exactly, on the dot. So prick allt means exactly everything. At the end, she says, nu kör vi. The English translation is, let's go. You'll hear nu kör vi in work situations, in sports, in everyday life. You might also hear someone just say kör, which means go. The verb actually means to drive, but it's the verb we have chosen to describe getting started or doing something. All right, next post. Post 3, Instagram, January life update. Första veckan i januari. Jag har uppskattat snön som fan. Känns som att man är i Åre och det är ljusare, vilket jag mår toppen av. Har gosat massa med tjejerna, mina ångestdämpande i fluffig form. Jag har spelat Laserdome med vänner. Var ganska så duktig faktiskt. Jag är också i eran att jag vill göra klart mitt hem så gott det går, för vantrivs med en del saker, så har bestämt att 2026 är året några av sakerna på listan ska checkas av. Vad tycker ni om stolarna och bordet? The translation sounds like this. First week of January. I've really appreciated the snow as hell. It feels like being in Åre, and it's brighter, which I feel amazing about. I've cuddled a lot with the girls, my anxiety medication in fluffy form. I've also played laser tag with friends. I was actually pretty good. I'm also in a phase where I want to finish my home as well as possible for everyday life, so I've decided that 2026 is the year when some of the things on the list will finally get checked off. What do you think about the chairs and the table? Common words from the post. Snö. Snow. Snö. Ljus. Light. Ljus. Vän. Friend. Vän. Hemma. At home. Hemma. Vecka. Week. Vecka. This post is about January. Snow, light, friends, an everyday life update. She says, som fan. The direct translation is, like hell. This makes the sentence stronger. It is considered somewhat of a curse word, but it's not super serious. You'll hear it all the time in Swedish, both about positive and negative things. Det snöade som fan igår. It snowed like hell yesterday. Jag saknar sommaren som fan. I miss summer like hell. She uses the adjective toppen to describe how she feels. Toppen means the top. The expression is used kind of like the English tip-top, or just great. This is a super common word to describe anything that is good or great. She also uses the verb att gosa. It means to cuddle or be cozy. Fun fact is that I had a blanket as a child that I called my gos, which led to my dad calling me goose. In this post, she is talking about her cats, her ångestdämpande i fluffig form, which kind of means her fluffy anxiety medication. Let's keep going. Post 4. Instagram pregnancy announcement. Japp, jag är galen. Jag ska ha en till bebis. Och japp, det kommer inte ens att skilja ett år mellan dem. Var det planerat? Svar nej. Men bara kolla på den här gullungen. Det är självklart att jag måste ha fler. The translation sounds like this. Yep, I'm crazy. I'm having another baby. And yep, there won't even be a full year between them. Was it planned? Answer, no. But just look at this little cutie. Of course, I have to have more. Common words from the post. Bebis. Baby. Bebis. En till. Another. En till. År. Year. År. Planera. To plan. Planera. Gullig. Cute. Gullig. This is a pregnancy announcement. The tone is emotional and playful. She starts with yup. This is a very casual yes, like yep in English. This makes the post feel kinda funny and ironic, like she knows that this is crazy, which I guess is confirmed by the fact that the first sentence says Japp, jag är galen. Yep, I'm crazy. She asks, var det planerat? And answers, svar nej. Answering a question in this way is pretty Swedish. In English, it doesn't make much sense. You'd ask, was it planned? Answer, no. It sounds a bit odd, but in Swedish, if you want to make the answer super clear, you can add the svar part before you say yes or no. It's often used in relaxed, humorous situations. Kan du hjälpa mig med det här? Can you help me with this? Svar ja, jag ska bara gå på toa först. Answer, yes. I just have to use the bathroom first. She also uses gullungen. This means the cutie kid. It is a very loving word for a baby or a child. En gullunge, a cutie kid. Gullungen, the cutie kid. It is a combination of the words gullig and unge. Gullig means cute. Unge means kid. Unge is more often used for animals. Barn is more common for humans. But when you put an adjective in front of the kid, unge is more common. Gullunge, cutie kid. Skitunge, shit kid, humorous. Snorunge, snot kid, negative. That was all for today's social media episode. As you guys know, I think it's equally important to learn formal language and casual slang language. Because if you only learn the formal stuff, social media and interacting with real human beings is going to be so challenging. I love studying casual language. It makes you feel so much more relaxed and even more fluent than you actually are when you can use relaxed expressions that native speakers use. So, make sure you go to Patreon and study the vocabulary and do the exercises for this week to master what we have talked about. Patreon.com/slow Swedish or click the link in the show notes. It only costs you $10 per month. See you there. And I'll talk to you again next week when we are going to cover a notoriously confusing and complicated topic. Vi hörs. Hej då!